The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, G-Wade Podcast, and I'm kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
And we got a special guest on this Zoom today. I asked the last woman, Marliss, Amiea.
You got it?
Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I cannot complain. I'm doing well. I thank you for taking the time to hang out with us right here.
Oh, thank you for having me, especially under all these circumstances.
You know, I would have loved for you to have been able to come into the studio, but I understand, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy in these streets right now.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Now, as we spoke a little bit off air, we're conversational. So it's not so much a Q&A, more so the who are you? And so what I did discover is you are from my neck of the woods.
Yes.
The D.C. And you are officially D.C. Not DMV, but D.C.
No. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
man.
The original Chocolate City, baby.
There it is. You already know. That's what's up. So how was it for you growing up in D.C.?
I loved it. There's nothing like it. Right. And I have had the opportunity to travel the world. And there is nothing like growing up in D.C., having so much accessible to you.
Absolutely.
My dad was a D.C. cop, so we got some perks just on that alone. So yeah, D.C. was great. I miss it sometimes, but not always. But I miss old D.C.
I do too. It's been a little while since I've been back. Every time I go back, I'll go down Kennedy Street, and I'm like, what is this? How did this change? Oh, gentrification is coming. You know what I'm saying? It's afoot. You know what I mean? Oh, what elementary school?
So I went to elementary school actually in PG County. So I went to, St. Bernard's in Riverdale.
Okay.
And then Beltsville Academic Center out in Beltsville, because that was a magnet school. You remember the whole magnet program?
I remember the magnet, yeah, absolutely.
So my mom and dad are big on education, and so dad slept in his car for 3 days to get us on the wait list for magnet school. Yes, 3 days.
That's a movie.
Listen here, I remember taking him Popeye's chicken.
That's
while
funny.
He slept just to get us a number to get on a wait list for several months.
So how awesome is that? Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to
the sacrifices of parents, huh?
Absolutely. And what junior high did you go?
I went to Andrew Jackson in Suitland.
Wow.
So again in the magnet program, bounced all around.
Y'all see where this is going. All the intelligence is what she's speaking about right now.
Listen, mom and pop did not play that.
I see.
Education was huge and still is.
It still is. Now wait a minute. So there weren't any in DC at this time?
Anyway.
Like magnet schools, because you're talking Maryland. Okay.
No, DC had charter schools.
Charter, you're right. That's right. Yeah.
So Maryland, and at the time, so my parents had a condo in DC and then had a house in Maryland. So the first part of my life, I was in PG County. The second part, I was in DC. So I kind of split between the two.
I got you. You had the best of both worlds.
Yes. Former Miss PG County, all of that kind of stuff. And
that is what's up.
Yeah. We'll get into all of this.
Yeah. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about, because when I saw this, I was like, that's because my brother went there to Duke Ellington.
Where? Really?
He did. He went there for his first year. And I remember he used to bring home this big tuba, this real big tuba. He went there for his first year, then he transferred to Roosevelt High.
In Greenbelt?
No, in D.C.
Okay.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you went to Duke Ellington. How was that for you?
Phenomenal. Some of the best years of my life. Like the memories that I have of the things that I got to do and accomplish just by being at Duke Ellington, just unbelievable. I think when people ask me about my teenage years, I have a completely different experience just because I went to Ellington.
So that's like a fame. What's that? Deborah Allen fame moments for you.
Yeah, Debbie Allen.
Debbie Allen, yeah.
we used to change classes, and when we would change classes, they played music over the loudspeaker, and you had to be at the next class by the time the song ended.
That is too funny.
I mean, it was, people are singing and dancing down the hallways. Everybody knew each other. There were only just over 300 of us.
Okay.
So everybody knew each other, you know, songs and groups singing in the hallways.
Yeah.
Class. It was just like Fame.
Just like Fame. Well, see, unlike my high school, I went to Coolidge, Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, bless your heart.
Hey, I made it. I made it, okay? I survived. You know what I'm saying? She said, bless your heart, bro.
No, that's better than you saying, if you'd been like, I went to Eastern, I'd be like, oh, I got to go.
Eastern or Dunbar or Anacostia. Yeah. No, I went to Coolidge and I made it. You know what I'm saying? But we were, dang, I think this was a school filled with like, about 2,000 students.
At Coolidge?
Coolidge, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but it felt like it was about 2,000 if I remember. So 300, that's like your friends.
Your graduating class.
Exactly, right? Your graduating class, exactly. That's crazy.